you know, I've worked around what works for me. So these are days that work least, having the content. If I can plan the content for the week, what will I post down? A list of topics I need to study. Like for example, in an entire rotation, I jot down everything that's common in that rotation. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Precious K and I create content about medical school, my life, my faith. If you are first time here, if it's your first time here, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So guys, I've noticed that some of you watch my videos without subscribing. So the subscribe button is somewhere here. I don't know if it's still here, but anyway, I'll put it here so that you can see what it looks like. Kindly just click on it so that we grow beyond 529. We're currently 529. If you watch my videos, I've also noticed that our likes, like, you guys don't like my videos as much, like you don't press the like button, but then when you press the like button, it helps YouTube suggest my content to other people and we will grow. So I'm kindly asking if you guys could press the like button. I'm just going to put a symbol of the like button here so that you guys can know what I'm talking about. So before I continue this video, it's already fire. Like, this video is already fire, so just go ahead and press the like button before you continue. Just make it a habit. When you start watching YouTube video, press the like button unless you're talking about things that you're really against, that is fighting in your heart. But yeah, so kindly please, let's like this video. Anyway, let's continue. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I plan. I recently released a video talking about how I balance medicine and my businesses. But anyway, so someone asked, one of my subscribers asked, her name is Andrea, she asked if I could do a video about how do I plan, because at the end of the video I talk about how go and make that schedule, go and do what you're supposed to do and get that thing done. So she was asking me, like, how do you actually plan? Could you please do a video about that? So that's what this video is about. I might give like tips. I do better with short-term goals, so we're going to talk about that. I've got my notes in my book, so I might be looking down just to remember what I wrote and so that I don't go off track, because I talk a lot. Anyway, let's do this. So the first thing I would like you guys to know is, when it comes to planning, I get overwhelmed if I don't plan, especially if I've got like so many tasks I need to do. Maybe school is demanding and my businesses are demanding and other things I just need to do. I get overwhelmed if I don't plan. So number one tip is get a plan. I love planning. I love notebooks. So if I do not have a physical pen and paper, I get my if I don't have a physical pen and paper, I get my phone and I just jot down. And another thing is also, when it comes to planning, I'm that kind of a person where ideas randomly come in my head. If I do not jot them down, I normally forget. So because of that, I always like to plan and just have a notebook and a pen or my phone where I can jot down whatever is on my mind. So I believe in adequate resting time. Like, I'm going to rest no matter how much my busy time, my timetable is busy. I'm going to rest. If it's busy in consecutive days, I'll find a day after that to actually catch up and rest. I believe in adequate rest because I personally don't function if I haven't rested. I have like a day, like I've got a day ahead and it's really busy. I've got this to do. Like, maybe that day I'm supposed to go to the hospital in the morning, film content, come back to other things. What I do is I write a to-do list and then I go around ticking. I don't know if I'll find any in my phone, because mostly those are on my phone. I'm going to insert one here and just show you guys. So that's how I plan normally, day to day. If I know, like, you know, that point where you've got so many things done, you have to keep reminding yourself. I'd rather just get my phone, jot down a list of the things I have to do that day, and then I'll be ticking. Normally it looks like I do that for a day or a week. Normally to be that, yeah, a day or a week. I rarely do a month because I just, yes, long-term planning, I tried it once, but I work much better with either per day or per week. And then another thing that I do plan in my life is my content. Like, sometimes my content is in real time, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I make videos in advance and then I release them, I upload them. The goodness is that YouTube has got a feature where I can upload the videos and then schedule them and have them released when I want you guys to see them. So that's another thing that I do to plan my time and make sure that I still have things in my life going and I don't have so many things to do at the same time. When it comes to editing my videos, I make sure to edit whenever I have time. Whenever I have that little time, I might be somewhere and I'm waiting for someone, I will take that time I'll be editing, because then it's better than me sitting there doing nothing. And then when I go home in a time when I would have done something else, I'm busy trying to edit. So yeah, for my schoolwork, I also planned my topics. So I write down a list of topics I need to study. Like for example, in an entire rotation, I jot down everything that's common in that rotation. Like I take note, like, okay, this is common, this is what these are the things that are found in this rotation, or these are the topics, and then I write them down. Then as I start rotating and then I hear things that I've never heard in my life before, I also write them down in my notebook. Then when I reach home, I transfer them into my other list. So that's how it is. And when I'm going studying, I tick. So there's this satisfaction for me when I've got at least enough that I tick done. Like there's just that feeling I get. But yeah, so that's how I plan my schoolwork. And I've tried, like, ever since I entered medical school, timetables, like study timetables, haven't worked for me. Like on this day study this, on that day study this. So it hasn't worked for me. Although I really love watching Stylish Men, and one of the tips should give is when you make a study timetable, put times to it, attach the time and the topic. So if you are into making study timetables, that's one of the tips I would give. Like, do add a topic and the time to it, so that you will actually sit at that particular time. I know that, okay, it's 20 hours. I'm supposed to be studying from 20 to 20. I'm supposed to be studying from 20 to 21 on diabetes. So that kind of, planning, I rarely do that. But if you are into like making study timetables, for me, I find it easier to just sit down and at a particular time. Normally I would sit down and study in the evenings or in the mornings if I'm able. So it's easy for me to just pick up my school book and check and say, okay, this is the topic I need to cover, and I cover it. And sometimes I feel motivated to finish my list, and sometimes I don't. Like sometimes it's like the list is not ending, or the topic you've been doing, you go to hospital again, they go and tell you, go and do this when you reach home. So you have to just constantly, I feel like for the fact that you've written down or made a plan, that makes you, like, it makes you actually be strict and follow that which you have given yourself to do. For my businesses, so we've talked about my YouTube channel, we've talked about school, now I'll talk about my businesses. So for my businesses, I have 4 pages in total that I actually manage. I have 2 Facebook pages and 2 Instagram pages. I have not talked about my other business that I do here. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it yet, but I do satin bonnets. So you guys all know that page. And then I have another page. So for those, you find you have to plan the content. That's another thing. So for me, a good week is when I start on a Monday and I have my Sunday normally is very tiring, so I resume my studying maybe Monday evening. But then Sunday evening, I use it like as a time to prep for my businesses. I like to start my Monday with pages, at least having the content. If I can, plan the content for the week. What will I post this week? What am I advertising this week? And all that stuff. So Monday normally, and for me, I work better at night. I mean, I'm not a morning person. I work better at night. So mostly Sunday evening, I post on my pages, and then Monday morning when people wake up, that's the first thing they see. And I feel like for me, it has worked well, because then I feel like when they wake up on a Monday, like, oh, okay, so this is what she's offering this week, and they know, my customers know whether they want to buy from me or not that week. But yeah, that's one thing that I've done with business. I feel like even if I'm not able to be consistent, I'm very busy that week, I'm not able to be consistent throughout the week posting. As long as I have posted on a Monday, I feel much better. And if I post even at least twice or thrice through the week, I feel much better. And then for my sewing, if there's anything that I need to make for my bonnet business, I like to do it on a Saturday. Like, I just make sure. So, I've worked around what works for me. So these are days that work for me. So Friday evenings especially, I find it a very good time to catch up if there's anything that I'm supposed to sew or make. And then now Monday, I can advertise those things and tell my customer, like, this is what we have. So for me, a good week is when I start Monday and my businesses are like set. I know what I am offering people that week. Even with releasing, like I've talked about my pages, this also helps, because then that means Monday, if I do that on Sunday evening, Monday when I go to the hospital, I'm not stressing about, oh, my pages, nothing has been posted, oh, like I haven't, because that's one thing about social media business, because my business is on social media. So I depend on people who are scrolling on their social media to actually buy from me. I don't have a physical location yet. So because of that, you find that it helps me, because then Monday when I go to the hospital, I'm not stressed about, oh, I haven't yet posted on my pages. You're trying to do so many, you're juggling so many things at once. So starting on Sunday evening and just prepping and making sure that people, are aware of what my businesses are offering that week, my pages have content, that makes me feel much better about the week on Monday. Then Monday I can start a head start with actually medicine and be more focused on the hospital and what else requires my attention with medicine. So I've noticed that for me, I've noticed that planning has helped me procrastinate less. I actually, sadly, not a good part, but I'm very good at procrastinating. Like, I will procrastinate to do something if I don't feel like doing it, especially if it's a difficult task. So I've discovered for me that writing definitely writing down what I want to do has definitely helped me procrastinate less. Like, especially when it comes to my schoolwork, one of the things that I also try to do is optimize, like take opportunities. Like, whenever I seize an opportunity to study, since I've already mentioned, so Sundays mostly you find I'm busy at church. When I come back, I want to relax and just get my head set for the week. Normally I'll actually be taking a nap. Then Sunday evening, I've mentioned, like, I want to set my businesses straight. So my studying must mainly be between Monday and Saturday, and Saturday sometimes I have programs. So because of that, I try by all means to, during the week, whatever time I have, whatever time I can squeeze in to study, I try to study. That's why I'm still working, by the way, on having a morning timetable of studying, which I used to have, which I lost. But that's why that used to help a lot, because then that means in the morning my mind is set on that. I'm not thinking about this, I'm not thinking about, oh, has this been done for that, but my mind is focused on my studying. So yeah, that's one thing about studying. So if you feel like you've got a very busy timetable, take times during the day. If you are a student, then you look at your class schedule. If you've got times between it, sit in class and finish up studying whatever you have to study, so that later you have free time. So I've really learned to use up whatever free time I have, and also not forgetting to rest and slow down when I have to. Otherwise, if not, the result is burnout. I've made a video on this channel before. I've made a video on this channel before talking about burnout. I went through a burnout because I was just going at it. And if you remember, guys, my week between internal medicine and obstetrics and gynecology, instead of resting, I was busy even through that week. So it just all resulted in burnout. So that's one thing I've really learned to do, is just to stop and slow down. And as much as it might seem like you're wasting time, you're rejuvenating, you are refueling yourself, because if you are not okay, then everything stops. So it's way better if you take your time, slow down and rest, and then pick up things when you're able to again. I've not like reached the 100 or the 10 out of 10 in all my planning. I really wish there's so much more I could do. And one of the things I would like to do, like, I just want to share with you guys, like, some of the things I would like to improve in my planning, in my schedules, is even just to be more consistent in everything, learn a balance between, because I've mentioned it on this channel, like, it happens that one thing will suffer, the other one will be okay, but the other one will suffer. There are certain times like that, especially if something is giving more pressure than the other. So one thing I would like to learn how to do is just be consistent and learn how to handle that pressure. Another thing I would like to actually do is just to to start putting the time, like my study timetable. Like I said, I normally fail to do the whole thing of putting the time and the topic, but I would like to do that, because then it will help me to be more intentional about my content. It will help me to be more intentional about my studying and all. That's basically about how I plan. I don't know if it made sense. I don't know if someone learned something. I hope you did. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you for being consistent and returning. And yes, please don't forget to like this video. From me, till next time, bye.